Boys, today we are going over how your physique is an external reflection of your lifestyle as a whole. How if you are stuck as the chubby bodybuilder currently, that is not just a reflection of you training in the gym, but it is a reflection of your entire lifestyle, how you approach every day, how you look at the world, and how being the all-around athlete is a different way to approach the gym, life, and everything else. And how once you become the all-around athlete, you won't just get into good shape, but everything else will improve as well because it is a culmination of your entire lifestyle and not just the gym. And so we're going to go over my story, how I was the chubby bodybuilder, how I got into really being the freaking chubby bodybuilder, how I got out of that, the decisions that I made to become the all-around athlete, and how everything else has improved as well. And then we are going to go over the diet and the training and everything that you need to know so that you can also become the all-around athlete. Let's freaking go. Double knee surgery stuffed me into the chubby bodybuilder lifestyle. I had serious knee problems for 4 or 5 years, something like that. Tried a bunch of stuff and tried to get surgery to fix everything. This might also be a reflection of the lifestyle that I was living because I wasn't totally the chubby bodybuilder before these knee surgeries, but this really got me into it. But maybe looking for this hack of getting surgery was one of the problems of me living that chubby bodybuilder lifestyle, because after this surgery, as I'll mention in a second, it didn't exactly fix the problems that I had, and I had to fix those problems on my own. And the thing that I don't like to admit here with these surgeries is I was pretty much still in the gym. Yeah, I got double knee surgery. I was not able to work out, not able to move as much, but I was still kind of going to the gym after a couple weeks off after each of surgeries. So I was still doing something, but still, I fell off of every single habit that I ever built because I was just stuck inside trying to recover for the most part. So I ballooned up to 220 pounds and I fell off of all of these good habits and just I got addicted to Civilization 6 at the time, scrolling on my phone, consuming YouTube, Netflix, all that stuff, food, not putting any effort in the gym, just showing up, getting a pump in, as we'll talk about it. And the reason that I know that this got me into the chubby bodybuilder lifestyle is because when I recovered, nothing changed. This was supposed to be me recovering from knee surgery and getting back on the freaking grind. This was me 3 months later. And as you'll notice, there is no difference. I am the same weight in both of these pictures. I might have shaved and got a little bit of better lighting, but nothing changed because I was living the chubby bodybuilder lifestyle. That is going into the gym, doing your 10 sets per body part per week, hitting 8 different exercises for one body part in one workout, getting super bored from it. Doing the whole Google thing. How many times can I get in the gym as little as possible and still make gains, right? You don't enjoy training. And so you try to find the quickest hacks to get the most gains out of not actually training, right? Going through the motions, just showing up, no warming up, no mobility, hardly any cardio, spending over an hour in the gym, hardly getting a pump. And this was part of the reason I had all of those knee problems, because I was just going to the gym and just hammering bodybuilding like I thought I was supposed to. It wasn't actually working. I wasn't dedicating any time to any of this mobility or body joint health stuff, anything like that. And so outside of the gym, this is part of the entire lifestyle that was built from me staying inside for 8 months straight, recovering from these knee surgeries, where you're always freaking inside. I've been sick for the past 2 days, and I'm now remembering what this was like, just being inside all of the time and not doing anything. You kind of just walk around. It's yeah, I'm making videos now, but kind of walking around, looking for food, just not really doing much. And so that is part of that outside of the gym lifestyle. My relationship at the time was completely stagnant. We had been living together for, I think, 2 years at the time, maybe a little over a year, and we weren't moving that relationship forward. It's dude, we're freaking living together. Why don't we actually move this relationship forward? Because I was not that person. I was living the chubby bodybuilder lifestyle. And you are dragging yourself around all day, dragging myself to work, dragging myself to the gym because I simply knew it was the right thing to do. I wasn't actually really going for anything. Drag yourself home, scroll on your phone, consume some YouTube, consume some, I don't know what just happened. I think we're okay. Consume some YouTube, consume some Netflix, go to bed, repeat every single day, every single week. This is how people become normal. This is how relationships get stagnant. This is how people lose their desire to improve in their careers and everything else, because they live this lifestyle. So I'm going to help you get out of that. The problem with bodybuilding for us normal people is that the goals that bodybuilding is designed for is for bodybuilders and people that care about that. This is autistic levels of discipline and training. This is, okay, I have to eat exactly 1900 calories and this is how much rice and chicken I have to do. And I have to do 10 different exercises of the same body part and I have to work super hard. And these people just follow it to the T like it's freaking math. This is for this type of guy. It hurt to put these two pictures next to each other, but I did it anyway. Okay. It's tough looking at this right now, but I did it for you because I care. Anyway, bodybuilding is for bodybuilders. There are specific goals that this is for. It is for getting as big and as strong as you possibly can. We got freaking C-Bum here. And if you're somebody who is successful in bodybuilding, absolutely, all respect to you. What I am saying is that it is not for 90% of people. It's just all that is shown to us, so it's what we think that we should do. And so we try to follow this, and we end up looking like this because we don't actually care about getting as big and as strong as possible, and we don't have those autistic levels of freaking discipline when it comes to getting in the gym and our diet and all of that stuff. So we're doing what we think we should do, and we don't actually care about it, and we end up going through the motions and living the chubby bodybuilder lifestyle. I was saying that whole thing where you're like, I'm recomping. It's like, dude, I was 30% body fat. No recomp is going to save you. That's going to take 10 years to recomp all of that fat into muscle. It doesn't make any sense. I simply had to cut, but I didn't want to. I didn't even know that. I had no ambition to because I was living that chubby bodybuilder lifestyle. And so here is what changed. We're going to go over in the next slide how this was a series of decisions at certain points to get me to the point that I am at now, but this is what it looks like. And outside of the gym, this is also what it looks like. And this is what it feels like. It's not staying inside all day and scrolling and dragging yourself through life. It is actually feels like freaking sunshine and doing things and a little bit of adventure and taking on challenges. That is what it feels like. In the gym, this is actually working hard because you have defined the goals that you actually care about. 3 to 4 exercises, 3 to 4 sets each, working hard during those workouts. You're there to make progress. You got a good warm up. You got time for mobility. You're there for less time than you would have been when you're doing 8 freaking exercises for body parts, training for something that you don't actually care about. And you stay active and you do your cardio in other ways, living your life. You're outside the gym. I picked up pickleball. I picked up basketball, pickleball with the family, with the friends. It's something fun to do. All right, shut up. It keeps me active. Play soccer. Picked up boxing. Wanted to get a lot better at boxing, so got into that. Super fun. In my relationship, I actually got engaged because I became the person and started living the lifestyle of somebody who actually deserves to be a husband. Improved my connection with God. Started going on vacations, actually doing things with my time instead of just doing the same thing on repeat over and over, hanging out with family and friends. And then from there, it's like, all right, I got my diet dialed in. I got my training dialed in. I'm living this lifestyle. What else is there? What's next? All right, let's make some freaking YouTube videos and help people get in shape. That's what this lifestyle of being the all-around athlete actually looks like. It is the other side. It is not, oh man, I have to go take the freaking dog for a walk. I'm lazy. I just want to scroll. It's, oh, okay, I got my morning routine done. I got my work done. I got my videos recorded. Okay, now it's time to take the dog for a walk. All right, what's next? That's the point. It gets you into that mentality and out of that chubby bodybuilder burnt out mentality where you don't want to do anything. It gets you to the other side of that. And so if you're somebody with any bit of ambition, this is for 23-year-old me, right? If you're somebody with any bit of ambition, you have to start with getting in shape. This is the cornerstone, and choose to live this lifestyle and have this outlook on life instead of the other one. That one's not going to take you anywhere. And so, like I mentioned, this is where a few different decisions were made throughout this entire process, right? And so I recovered from my knee surgeries, 3 months of no progress. I was like, all right, dude, this isn't working. I'm not enjoying my training. I was hoping I would just be able to play some freaking soccer and we'd be good to go. So I had to recognize that and actually change some things. And so I set new goals that I actually cared about. Fixing my knees, number one, the mobility stuff and the weight loss. Those are like the most important things. I ballooned up to 220 pounds. Down here, I'm down to 185. So it's a 35 pounds difference. There's no recomping from a 35 pounds difference. You have to cut. All right, we cleared that up. I can get over it. From there, I wanted to improve my strength. I got stronger through losing 35 pounds. So just, if you're trying to recomp, I got stronger while losing 35 pounds. Okay, now I'm done. Anyway, I wanted to improve my cardio. I wanted to become more athletic. I wanted to get better at boxing. And so now that I'm at this point, I did get better at boxing. I'm now trying to really improve on that athleticism and improve the cardio now that I have gotten to here. And so I set those goals and I molded my training around that. I had to be very precise because that is a lot of different freaking things to do at one time. So I had to be precise about it. It ended up being very simple, and I'm going to show you exactly what that is. But the most important thing is I made this decision here, and I decided to stay disciplined and stick to the plan until I started to see some progress, and then I got addicted to that progress. Then I got to here in like 6 months, and then this was the next 3 months after that, because I was like, all right, I've gotten here, I've kind of been floating for a while, now I want to actually cut down and look pretty freaking good. And so I got to that point. But the point is that I made this decision here to change my goals to something that I would actually enjoy. I decided to actually be disciplined about it, actually take it seriously. And then from here, I decided to take it to the next level. And now from this point, I can main gain and recomp. From here, you can't do that. From this point, I can. I can focus on my athleticism, focused on gaining strength, and I can continue to just elevate how my physique looks through those other goals. I don't have to continue cutting and all that stuff. So we're going to go over the training, the diet, exactly what I did to make this transformation. And so, like I mentioned, I had all of those goals and I had to fit the training to those goals. It sounds kind of complex. It actually really wasn't, because it all came together to support those goals all at once. So first thing I did was I switched to the upper lower split in the gym, stopped trying to hit one body part every single day and do 50 different exercises for it. Just switched to upper lower. I'd get a good warm up in so that I was feeling good, wasn't going to hurt anything during the workout. 3 to 4 exercises for every workout, 3 to 4 sets within those exercises, and working freaking hard during that workout. When it comes to the exercises, guys, just do the basics. I'm not going to give you everything. I can't program everybody's freaking training in one video. Just do the basics, work hard at them. You'll be perfectly fine. The point is to set goals that you care about, to decide to change your lifestyle and actually work hard in what you're doing so that you can get towards the goals, accept the challenge, and move forward towards the goals that you set. Okay. From there, you have time to do 1 or 2 mobility exercises at the end of your workouts. And for me, I also did mobility morning and night because, of course, I was dedicated to fixing these knee issues that I had, and I have now done that, and it's freaking amazing because I used to not be able to play a casual game of co-ed soccer without struggling to walk for a week, and now I can do whatever I want. So it's freaking great. That's literally it. I'm not going to program everyone's freaking training, but just focus on the basics. Upper, lower, work hard, you'll be good to go. When it comes to cardio, actually start living your life, meet some friends, go play sports with some friends, with your family. You guys can get active together, get your steps in, have fun, burn some calories, stay in a calorie deficit. Everyone can get shredded. It'll be awesome. Like I said, I picked up pickleball, basketball, soccer, boxing, a little bit of running. Maybe we'll get into that. I don't trust my knees fully, but I'll probably be all right. Anyway, live your life. Pick up some things that you can do during the day so you're not dragging yourself around all of the time and spending an entire Saturday just sitting inside, scrolling on Instagram. Go live, go do something. That is the training. That is exactly what I did. So when that all comes together, I had the strength training, which was helping with my mobility, helping with increasing the strength, and I was getting my cardio in. About a year ago, I was very focused on boxing because I wanted to improve at boxing, learn to defend myself. That was helping with the cardio as well quite a bit. But this helps with the cardio. This helps with the mobility and the strength training, and all of it comes together to help with losing the weight. And that's how I was able to do all of those goals at once, because I designed the training to complement everything at one time. So that was the training. This all came after that decision, a moment of commitment to actually do this, to not watch a video and be like, oh, okay, this is going to unlock all of it. You're going to have to be disciplined and set goals and actually go towards them. Do not forget that part of this. This became easy. It feels effortless now because I love where I'm going. I love that I've been making progress towards these things that I actually care about. I enjoy the training, and I would design that, or I would call that being in the flow state with this whole thing. There are still days I come home from work and it's been a long day and I have to use discipline to get there, but that flow state came after the decision, after the commitment, after the discipline was built, after I started seeing progress and getting addicted to that progress. Do not forget that part. This is not a magic pill, a get fit quick scheme. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. Anyway, the diet. I should have said this earlier in the video, but if you cannot track macros, you do not have what it takes to get in shape or to live this lifestyle, especially nowadays, dude. You download Macro Factor, it just freaking does everything for you. You take some pictures, like you move on. It's so freaking easy. Even if we didn't have that, if you are saying that like, oh, I don't need to, it's become like this pride thing. I don't need to track macros. I can handle my own discipline. Bro, you aren't making any progress. You're living the chubby bodybuilder lifestyle. Let's try to freaking change something. And so if you can't track macros, you do not have what it takes to get into this shape and live this kind of lifestyle. Because the point is to do what you have to do to get to the places that you want to go. Tracking macros is part of that. You have to do it. Tracking macros is also what allows me to eat like this over here, to have the pizza and the sushi and the burger, because I track everything and then I know what kinds of sacrifices I have to make throughout the day so that I can eat this later at night and have that meal. That's what tracking macros does for you. So when you track macros, this is what your freaking weight graph looks like. Over here, it actually goes down and you look better. So I don't know. From there, 80-90% of the time, natural whole foods: chicken, beef, fish, pork, fruits, vegetables, rice, potatoes, some bread. Keep it super simple. My fiance, she's an amazing freaking cook now, and she just makes the best. I mean, I'd rather eat all of this than eat any of it at some sort of restaurant. She's better than any restaurant I've ever been to. So get some go-to meals and then learn to make them really freaking good, and then you won't want to eat any other type of food. So there you go. You got that. Go-to meals, go-to routine. Routine is a huge part of this. If you're working throughout the day, it should be very easy to build your routine. Don't eat for the morning, eat your lunch, eat your dinner, whatever you want to do. Build a routine so there's not so much emotion and decisions about it. It's just like more ones and zeros. Okay, does this fit into the macros? Does this not fit into the macros? Is this part of my routine? Is this not part of my routine? Can I make a sacrifice to fit this into the routine, into the schedule? That is what you need to know when it comes to diet. Diet's straightforward. Track your macros, eat these foods, but you're emotional about it, so that's why you don't do it. Here's how to do it. There you go. You're welcome. And that's it. That's it. You start to look better. You start to feel better. You start to do the right things. You start to make progress. And then everything else starts to improve at the same time. The whole deal with this brand and with this channel is that you learn the lessons you need to learn for life through fitness. And then from those things, you are able to build the lifestyle that you want to have, that you then become the guy who you need to be to get engaged and become a husband and actually be the leader in your relationship that you need to be. And you get those external benefits as well from learning what you need to learn in the gym. If you are somebody who understands the power of coaching, I am a fitness coach and I get fitness coaching myself. One, because I'm trying to steal stuff from them, but two, I understand the investment of actually deciding on something. Now that I'm trying to be more athletic, I have vertical jump coaching because I don't want to go in the gym and put it together myself and try to figure it out. I just want to have it there. You don't pay for the information. I just gave you all the information. If you're the type of person that can take the information and do what they can with it, then freaking go for it. But you pay for the clarity and the implementation and keeping you accountable and all of that good stuff. So if you're somebody that wants that, understands the power of coaching, hit me up on Instagram if you want that, and I'll help you out. Otherwise, hopefully this was helpful and was everything you wanted it to be, and I'll see you in the next one.